Am I the a-hole for not inviting my wife to my daughter's freshman college move-in day? I'll try to give pertinent background info, but condense it. My ex-wife, 51F, and I, 50M, were married 18 years, right out of college. We had a good, functional, and loving marriage, but in the end, she decided it wasn't for her and we amicably divorced. We had 2 kids, 18F and 19M. 6 months later I met my current wife, 47F, and her son, 19M. We've now been married for 8 years. She had a very tumultuous and abusive relationship with her ex. It's still volatile and she hates him, only dealing with him when needed. My ex and I have a great co-parenting relationship and are friends. We only talk about kid-related things, except at kid-related events where we make small talk. We don't communicate much outside of that. My current wife and ex were pleasant and professional for a while. Several years ago, I was venting about my ex traveling a lot for work and having to pick up extra slack a little. Mind you, this was just venting, and I honestly love any extra time I get with the kids. Well, my current wife decided to text my ex-wife, basically calling her out as a bad mom and telling her to pick up the slack. I didn't really feel that way and felt it was out of place for her to do that. Since then, the relationship between my current and ex-wife has not been good and basically irreparable. They're professional, but my current wife hates my ex, with very little cause in my book. We had to sit separately for my son's graduation 2 years ago, but sat together this year for my daughter's graduation. When it came time to move my daughter into college, I did not want that tension to ruin my daughter's bonding moment with her mom. College move-in day can be very emotional. I asked my daughter about my wife coming to move in, and she said it might be too many people. Granted, I admit that the way I asked the question was a little leading, but the tension between my ex and current wife is well known in the family. My wife wasn't invited to move in and my ex and I moved my daughter in separate cars, and only for a few hours. We did the same thing for our son last year. My wife didn't go because she was working. My current wife was livid, and weeks later it's still a sore spot and led to another blow-up last night, somewhat related to this. I admitted to my wife that it was a mistake and apologized. She told me it felt like I was choosing my ex over her, which honestly wasn't the case at all. I just didn't want any unnecessary awkwardness or tension on what was supposed to be a special day for my daughter. My focus was on her, not managing 2 adults who can't stand each other. So am I the a-hole for not having my wife move my daughter into college with her mom and I?
Here are the top comments.
For your kids-centered events, your kids' views need to take priority, not your wife's petty feelings. Not the a-hole for not inviting. You're the a-hole for apologizing to her, as it should still be your daughter's decision. Your wife sounds jealous of your ex and is stirring the pot unnecessarily.
Not the a-hole, but your wife sure is. Who in their right mind would text bio mom, calling her a bad mom? I wouldn't want to associate with her either if I were the ex.